damn pillow. You ain't suffocate me in my sleep tonight.
You see what they're doing, right?
I see it.
They wanted to see my resolve.
Why would you bring me here? I don't bang with this broad.
You know women don't play when it comes to their hair, right?
I'm about to go take a shit. I have beans this morning, girl.
TMI.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from Aconnectiontv here on YouTube and watch actv.com, the two places on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I've been doing this for a while. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Aconnectiontv. And if you're interested in reviews, go to Wes the Critic on YouTube. I am here to talk about a couple things, but before I get into a couple things, I'm going to start this off with a little bit of, how can I say it? How can I put this? We're going to have a point to this video, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is what's hot. What do I consider to be hot for me right now? I just went to the movies yesterday to see My Hero Academia. Now, a lot of y'all may not be into anime. I love anime. I love pretty much all forms of visual media. I can't get into like westerns or like slave movies, or a foreign film has to be really, really spot on and good for me to even get into it. I was able to get through Squid Game. I was able to get through Money Heist. I'm surprised, but it was good. So it was able to keep me through it. But anime, I'm able to watch the foreign, watch the subtitles or whatever. My Hero Academia for me is the #1 movie of this year. And I know a lot of y'all may be like, Wes, is a cartoon, it's an anime, whatever. But no. My Hero Academia, the movie that just came out, it embodies everything that a good film is supposed to embody for me. From the beginning to the middle to the end, the story is well told. You fall in love with the characters. You care and root for the protagonist. You hate and loathe the antagonist. And then there's a resolution at the end. Action-packed, which is what I love. And I would actually go to the movies to see it again. It was that good for me. My Hero Academia is the #1 film so far in 2021. I still have to get through quite a few films through the remainder of this year. But right now, my top 3 films are Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, #3. Quiet Place is #2, and My Hero Academia is #1. Very crazy. My top 10 list will be coming out at the end of this year, but my top 10 is not all in the same genre. Like, they're all over the place. It's 2 cartoons in my top 10. I don't know if you can figure out the second cartoon. It's a Disney one, but yeah, 2. Anyways, I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to mention a nice positive mention. You know, I've been struggling trying to get through Queens. Episode 1 was a dub for me. Episode 2 got better. And then episode 3 really reined and pulled me in. Episode 3 was a great episode, is a great episode. I loved all of the characters in episode 3 of Queens. It was rough getting to this point, but I feel like episode 1 was real sloppy and rushed, and then episode 2 kind of got my feet a little bit on the ground, still dangling. But episode 3, my feet are on the ground and I'm walking forward. I loved episode 3. I feel like we got a sense of who the characters are, kind of, but I feel like it was more grounded with this particular episode. I actually like Valeria and Jill. Wow. Valerie and Jill. I actually like the 2 of them in this episode. One thing that threw me off in this episode was Eve's response at the end. I feel like everybody can have a particularly different response to traumatic situations, but I don't know if it's a cop-out because she can't go there acting-wise, but I felt like her character, let me just speak on her character. I felt like her character didn't give the response that I kind of wanted when she found out that her husband was cheating. And she didn't give the response when her husband whatever, you know, I don't want to say it if you didn't see the episode. So for me, her response at the end was kind of like, nah, like the episode was flying on like a 9.5, and Brianna's response to the ending kind of dropped it to an 8.5. Other than that, it was a great episode. I loved the episode. I loved the versus battle between Brandy and Eve. It was dope as hell. Eve murdered. I loved Valerie and Jill's lyrics at the end. And I really love the fact, that they changed the name of Nasty Bitches and now they're called Queens. I was like, oh my God, this is so much better. Let's get rid of the past and let's deal with the present. I'm so here for it. I was like, what is going on in this show? Episode 3 is phenomenal, and I enjoyed episode 3. I won't be reviewing the rest of the series because I can't get through it, and I can't find myself being as enthusiastic about the scripted shows as I am about film and potentially anime. But YouTube is doing a lot to my channel right now, so I don't really know what's gonna happen. But what I'm gonna do is when I do these types of videos, I am gonna talk about what's hot. And so to me, My Hero Academia is hot, Queens is hot, Insecure season is lukewarm, but it's getting toasty. And I'm also watching Big Leap, Our Kinds of People. I'm watching a lot of things. So go to my review channel if you want to find out about that. Boom. I want to talk about TS Madison being on The Breakfast Club. Now, I could have swore she was on The Breakfast Club a long time ago, but she's never been on The Breakfast Club before. Wow. 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 I had the pleasure of interviewing TS Madison maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago, a long time ago. That video is still on my YouTube somewhere, swimming around somewhere. We were both very scrawny in the interview. I love T.S. Madison. She is dope. And her personality remains to be the same. Real, authentic, and genuine to her and who she is. And for that, I vibes with her all day long. I used to watch Queen's Court, but I watched it because of her. I could never get into Kaya because I felt like Kaya was just damaging for no reason. I don't like people or videos or vloggers or commentators who just rip people to shreds just for the sake of views. I've never fancied that. I know that's what's in. I know that's what's popular. I know, you know, celebrity gossip and celebrity news is in and blah, 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 blah. But I just could never do what Kaya did. I just never felt it was a respectful kind of situation to be in and make money off of, downing, degrading, and talking bad about people. So I could never vibe with her side of the things. I was always vibing with T.S. Madison because even though she cut you, it was kind of comedic. But suffice it to say, they split up and now T.S. Madison is her own entity and she's doing what I feel she was meant to be doing and what I saw her doing, and I'm here for it all. Her being on The Breakfast Club was enlightening and just therapeutic to, let's say, reassuring, seeing someone on her level speak in a way that was a general defense for all masses, not just LGBTQ, not just trans, not just black, but she was speaking on behalf of herself, but for everyone, if that makes sense. And that's what I like about T.S. Madison. I feel that the interview was long. I feel like they gave her a good amount of time to get everything out, and she spoke about everything that's relevant. Everything she said about Boosie was on point. I can't for the life of me understand how anyone would allow their younger son to receive fellatio from an older adult. Why? And the fact that T.S. Madison was able to wrangle in the fact that she was traumatized because her father did that to her when she was younger, tried to get women up on her, you know, it speaks volumes to how we can plague our kids at an early age. It really does. She talked about everything from, you know, Pops not really being around to her still having her penis. And there were moments in the interview where I was like, yo, we really talking about this girl? Like, yo, she real graphic. Like, yo, they not censoring nothing. They didn't censor her not one bit. She said everything from the N-word to the F-word to down there to, you know, gyrations and all of that. And nothing was censored. Wow. 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 And they spoke, a black woman and a cisgender black woman, cisgender black man, both heterosexual, in public anyway, spoke to an openly trans woman about pop culture and sex life. And no one was weirded out. No one was like, don't talk about that. And it was interesting to watch. It really was. Got a lot of views at the time that I watched it. I watched it in the 5-hour mark. 5-hour mark, it had like over 60,000 views and 1,800 comments. So I'm here for that. And majority of the comments that I saw, they were, you know, positive towards TS Madison. I don't understand how anyone can be, you know, mean-spirited to TS Madison. You know, TS Madison talked about the whole issue with calling women fish. Like she said, it's been in our lingo for a very long time. You know, I understand that some people don't like the term, but it's never met with, you know, malice. Never. It's not, you don't call someone fish to be mean-spirited. Now, the F word can be used to be mean-spirited. Okay. Bitch can be used to be mean-spirited. But fish has never been mean-spirited in usage. Ever. Ever. And I've been on this earth for a very long time. And I've been gay since the beginning of time. For me. And so, yeah, fish has never been. But, you know, people have their issues with that. I love the fact that she said that she had issues with using them, there, and they, and them. Right. Especially with regards to anyone, but, you know, the person on her film set liked to be referred to as them and they. Cool. Demi Lovato likes to be referred to as them and they. But she had choice things to say about Demi Lovato and about homegirl, the father, the white father. Oh God, Caitlyn Jenner. Yes, Caitlyn Jenner. I believe that Caitlyn wants to still be called dad by his daughters, by her daughters. I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate TS Madison for her rawness and her ability to stay candid and say whatever comes off her mind. You know? I love the interview. I thought it was really, really dope. And I hope that everybody or anybody that watched it will watch the entire hour and what she gave. Even speaking about Kaya, and you can tell that she didn't want to go there with Kaya, but this was her opportunity to, you know, release any of whatever she had left about that situation on Queen's Court on a major platform. She bigged up Breakfast Club quite a few times throughout that interview, saying that everybody who is anybody goes through Breakfast Club. You know, her conversation about Sydney Starr was really nice. I wonder what was Sydney's response to it, because I feel like Sydney is kind of like, for me, the way that she publicly, you know, gives herself out there is kind of how I felt towards Judy in the very beginning. When Judy started off, I felt like I wanted to be a big uncle to her. We had some times and we fell off. We fell out, you know, back in the day. But Judy reminds me of Sydney back in the day. And I don't even know Judy now to say, I don't even know Sydney now to say that she's still crazy or whatever the case may be, or still has whatever, some growing up to do or whatever. But I feel like the reason why her and Judy got the way that they did was because they had so many similarities back in the day. Let me say that. what else did they talk about? She talked about everything. Congratulations, TS Madison, for all of the work that you're getting in film. I'm so well deserving. They talked about toxic masculinity, the double standards with sex between women and men, how things worked for T.S. Madison with regards to women, how she looks at women as sisters, and that she feels that it's it's like incest for, you know, her to partake in sexual interactions with women. I wouldn't necessarily call women my sisters. When I was 28 the first time I had sex with a woman, and I believe that the only reason why I was able to get through it was because it was, like T.S. Madison, a threesome scenario with a buddy of mine and this chick that he always would get whatever with whenever they needed to do whatever they needed to do. And I talked about this on one of my videos. I talked about it a while ago. It's a while ago. It's a long time ago. But for 3 days after that situation, I was caught up in my brain wondering, you know, am I gay? Am I straight? What's going on? Clearly I'm gay. I'm still gay. I love men all day long. I can look at a man and see the fascination, the beauty, the heaven within the man's body. And I can look at a woman and be like, yo, she's dope. Yeah, like I can understand why you want her, but I don't want her. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, hearing T.S. Madison talk about that was dope. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. You know, it's definitely one of my favorite Breakfast Club interviews this year. I like the interview with Lil Nas X too. I thought that was a great interview for me watching Breakfast Club, and I watch a lot of Breakfast Club interviews. So I thought it was really, really good. I want to touch up on real quick before I get off this video, because I don't want to make this video long. T.S. Madison talking about how we're not, like, people in general aren't monolithic, but definitely members of the LGBTQIA2S+ are not monolithic. I do not speak for all gays. T.S. Madison does not speak for all trans. You know, neither does Flame Monroe or Hope Giselle. And I liked that video that they did with the four of them got seen by the likes of Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club, because it shows their reach. It shows the level of impact. And I think what T.S. Madison said about Dave Chappelle rings truth and holds weight and echoes what I was saying as well, in terms of we're black first, whether we're LGBT, Rainbow Clan, or, you know, straight, hetero clan, whatever we are, we're black first. And no matter where we are, how we are, why we are, this world is not for us, by us. And so we've had to work really, really hard to get to a position of what we could call or consider freedom, right? And so when anyone black speaks on behalf of black people, so to speak, or even themselves, but they have a platform, we should not echo or speak ill will of any member of the black community or community of the black people. Like, we just shouldn't, because when we have a reach, when we have an impact as profound as whoever is speaking at that particular time, responsibility should be on that person to realize the weight that they have, and what they're saying could be damaging and or set the narrative backward in terms of forward thinking and a respect level for all. If you walk away from something feeling like, oh yeah, he felt the same way I felt, y'all just tripping, then we're already starting off at an impasse. We're already starting off at an impasse. And I appreciate T.S. Madison for for echoing that. We're black first before anything else. And it would be amazing if we all fight for each other, because just like we can fight for racism because we are black, shouldn't mean that you can't fight for us because you're not gay or you don't understand it or whatever. We're all black, so we understand that there's a fight, period. We have to fight more, though. We have to fight more. And LGBT encompasses everyone. But we're black. We're black. So there are parties where we're separated or kicked out of. Just like y'all. Shout out to everybody for watching this video. If you have any comments, please leave your comments below. Listen, y'all, I am trying to build my online streaming platform. That is my heart, my bread, my butter. And it would be so amazing if you guys can support and subscribe to that. I really would appreciate it. And that's how the actors get paid, and that's how they gain their support. But definitely leave comments below this video. Let me know how you felt about the TS Madison interview. Let me know if you watch Queens, and let me know if you're an anime lover, okay? And go check out Wes the Critic on YouTube for my other actual reviews. Deuces. I know. You're not about to think about not subscribing to aconnectiontv.com. Copyrighted.